everyone, my name is Laura. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Thanks for clicking on this video today. So today I am going to be finally potting up my Hoya terrarium plants. I have my terrarium right here. If you did not see me putting this terrarium together, I will link the video for you. I did this in December, like end of December, and everything's very, very rooted up. Let me open it so you can see things in there. And the roots on the bottom are going bananas, so it is time to root these babies up. I think I have enough pots for them. I may not, so I might have to get a little creative about what I do with these, but yes, I'm finally gonna be potting these up. Some of them did not really take, but that I think is on me. The ones that didn't take, like this Hushliana did not take, but that's because I threw it in later, so actually I'm gonna just toss that out. But I will try to remember what these plants are called and I will tell you, but if not, I will put them at the bottom of the screen as we're repotting them. But yes, I'm very, very excited to get these guys repotted today, and I will be putting them in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. I have since pulled out all of my alocasia from there. There's space for these guys in the cabinet now, so I will be transitioning them from here into just soil and into the cabinet so that they kind of get used to soil while still being in a humid environment, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's just get started. Okay, the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pull them out of here and lay them down on this paper towel. I don't know if this will be hard or not. I've never done a terrarium like this before, so I don't know if it'll be difficult to pull these out. I'm gonna try to angle my camera so you can see better, but I don't know if I will get a better angle than this. I couldn't get a great angle here, but hopefully this will do. I just wanted you to see me working over here. I will be taking them out, laying them down on this paper towel here. I don't know how hard it's going to be to pull these out. Hopefully not super hard, but it seems like it's going to be a task. Let's see. Sorry if the camera angle keeps changing. I'm literally balancing my camera on like 100 different things, and it's like just so rigged up right now that I can't promise you that it's not going to fall, and I'm not going to have to adjust it. So this, I don't remember which one this one was. This didn't root up a ton, actually. I mean, we've got some roots on it, but it's not, I'm not like wildly impressed. This Sipitingensis? No, that's a different one. I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen. I don't remember what this one is. But yeah, the roots aren't crazy, but that's okay. We'll take that. The next one, this one's a Hushliana, just the green variety. I did throw this in at a later date because mine, I chopped it up because it wasn't doing super well. So, oh my gosh, I'm literally doing this off camera. Ugh. Sorry, I am not good at doing things and filming it at the same time. But so far, this has not been terrible, like in terms of getting the moss off of these guys. Okay, we'll call that. This is a Hushliana. I never know how to pronounce it. Then I hear people pronounce it and I'm like, oh, that duh. And then I try to pronounce it and then forget about it. Okay, those roots are doing okay. They're all right. Not super impressed, but they're all right. I have another Hushliana here, so I'm gonna try to pull that one out. Let's see. Oh, this Wooliniana next to it, it has new growth, and I'm so scared. I almost knocked it off. That would have been so bad. Hold on, girlfriend. I'm getting you. Why is it so like... Okay, there we go. Another one with not super impressive roots, honestly. These have been, I guess the Hushlianas were not in here since December. They were probably in here since like maybe January, February, but still, like not wildly impressed by that. Not wildly impressed. Next, I guess we can do the Wooliniana. That one is right here. This one has new growth, so, oh boy. Okay, that one's not next. That one is very well rooted. That one's gonna be like last. Okay, we'll do the EPC 1001 next, because this one's kind of in its own corner. And if it needs to, oh my gosh. Okay, this one's gonna have impressive roots on it. What the heck? What do I do? What do I do? Huh? What do I do in this situation? I'm trying. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm gonna have to rip some of the roots. I don't know how else I'm gonna pull this guy up. Okay, he's gonna hang out right there because I can't get it. Okay. Maybe this Croniana Super Silver will be little enough that I can pull it up. Okay. That one came out pretty easily. This one also has just like insane amounts of roots. This is one that was in perlite and I tried to pop it in here. That was a really stupid idea. A lot of the ones that were in perlite that I tried to pop in here died, so there's the roots on that guy. So that was dumb of me. Dumb. Okay, EPC 319 or PG 104. Got that guy here. Okay, this is not impressive either. Now I'm nervous about potting these up. These roots are teeny tiny. I was gonna put these in soil, but I don't know. The pots I had for these are like pretty big. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, Sipitingensis is down here. Let's see if I can get this guy out without like causing us just havoc over here. All right, come on. All right, that one came out relatively easily. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave these in moss. I was ready to pot them up. I have all my little pots, but I don't think these are ready. I really thought that they would be because I saw the roots at the bottom, but they're not. They're really not. Okay. This one, the roots on this one are pretty good. Can't tell if this is a root here, this one here, or if it's just like a piece of moss that's like tangled. Let me see. I think it's a root, and I think I'm gonna leave these in moss. I'm gonna put them in little cups in moss, so I think it's okay if there's moss stuck to them still. So this one has some better roots than the rest that I've pulled out so far. Okay, these three are the three that are like really in there. So my EPC 1001, this one's Lamonica, and this one is Walleniana. Maybe we try pulling these are just so rooted in here, which makes me happy. Let's see, Walleniana. Okay, maybe the EPC 1001 will come out now. I'm so happy that these are so rooted in here, but now I don't know how to get them out. Okay. Work that moss. Let's see. I don't know that I loved doing the terrarium style propagation. I wish kind of that I wouldn't have done it. I mean, I'm glad I did because now I know that I don't like doing it. But yeah, getting these out of here, it's kind of a mess. Does anyone who also do, oh, I think the roots are tangled. I think that's the problem. Ooh, that's not good. Does anyone else do terrarium propagations and have like tips on how to not have this happen? Because I don't think I left them in too long because you saw the roots on the other ones. Like some of the other ones really did not root up. So clearly it's not that they were in here for like way too long or anything. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what happened. At this point, I'm just like, trying to get all this undone. Let's see. Come on. Get out of here. It's like, I can't tell where the root of one starts and the other one ends, you know? And the Walleniana has new growth, and I'm so scared I'm gonna bump it off. And so does this Lamonica. Do you see that new green growth, like right there? I like want to get a little aggressive with it, but I really don't want to bump the new growth because it's literally been 4 months of it trying to grow all of this, and I don't want to come in here and ruin it. Yeah. I'm gonna give terrarium propagations a negative 100 out of 10. Would not recommend. This is just a hot mess in here. What the heck? Like, they looked so cool when they were in here, but now it's like, oh, I hate it. I'm gonna have to tear roots. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how else I'm gonna do this without tearing roots. Oh, come on. Oh, there goes my camera. Of course I bumped my camera. Sorry. So sorry. This view is probably not the most pleasant. But hopefully you're getting to see just like the chaos that is happening in here. Oh, the Walleniana is free. Okay, she's free, but she still has a lot of roots happening, but that's okay. I really like growing my Hoya in moss, so I think I'm just gonna leave them in moss. I wanted to not, but I think that's just what I have to do. Okay, Liliana's free. All that mess, and for this root, really? I mean, I guess these roots are good. I don't wanna sound ungrateful. These are good roots. Good job, Liliana. All right, now this hot mess that we got going on here. Let's see. Yeah, see, they're literally connected. Do you see this? The EPC and the Lamonica. Oh, I see where. Okay. I just have to work this little region here. Yeah, this was not it. I know I've said this already, but do not catch me propagating super, super thin-rooted plants in moss like this again. I have 3 of these terrariums. Yay, it's free. So there is the EPC 1001. The roots are pretty massive. I'm not even gonna bother trying to get all this moss off because it's just going back in moss. So I'm gonna put that aside. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing this mess again because it just was not worth it. I don't know if maybe I would do thicker rooted plants or maybe just use the terrarium but not put the moss in there, you know, like put plants in the terrarium but like in their own pots, if that makes sense, instead of like filling this with moss, just like filling it with the pots to keep the heat, just using it as kind of a humidity dome sort of situation, because this was just really a pain. And I don't really see, this doesn't look like 4 months of root growth to me. Like I don't, again, want to sound like ungrateful with these plants because they've been doing a lot of work. They've been growing a lot of roots. Like this one has some really good roots, but I don't know. I feel like when I put them just in sphagnum moss in a cup, they get this much, if not more, root growth. So it wasn't anything spectacular, but let me show you the plants now that they have been pulled out. And I have little pots that I was gonna put them in. They're all over here. I'm definitely not going to be doing that. I'm gonna put them in sphagnum. So I'm gonna go switch out these pots for some cups so that I can put these guys in sphagnum. Okay, I have my cups. I have a bunch of little ones and then I grabbed some big ones too, just in case these like big guys, the roots don't fit in the little ones, but I think they should. I'm gonna grab a little Sharpie so I can label them because that is like the worst thing about me is I have all these Hoya and I don't know what any of them are called. So I will grab some little cups, put some moss at the bottom, some of the sphagnum. This one can be for, let's put the super silver in here. I feel like I keep trying like new ways to propagate and I hate all of them. And like, why don't I just stick to what I know I like, you know? But how am I gonna know that that's the best way for me if I don't try everything? Do you feel me? Okay, this is really stringy moss. I don't love that. I think it's the same moss. I might have talked about it in a recent video that I did. I think it's the same moss. It's like the orchid moss that you can get on Amazon and it's just like, just stringy. I don't know, maybe it was just like my batch of it that I got was just super stringy, but I don't love it. So that's how that's looking. This is the Hoya Croniana Super Silver. I don't want it to be super packed in there, so just make sure it's still airy. This, again, super stringy moss, so it's like hard to get it all not sticking out the top, but that is what that looks like. So I'm gonna write Croniana SS on it for Super Silver. I know what this is though. I'm not gonna forget this one, but just to be consistent, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Next is going to be the Sipitingensis, I think is gonna be a good one to put in here next. Put in a little bit of moss at the bottom. This one grew kind of funny, like it rooted all the way across. Do you see that? I think when I had my Rosita, it did the same thing. And so I just kind of let it grow around the pot and then it started trailing. So I think that's the same thing I'm gonna do with this one. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna put it. I'm kind of laying it across and letting it just hang out. See, look at this moss. It's so stringy. I don't know why it comes like that. Who wants moss like that, you know? Who wants stringy moss? No one wants stringy moss. Okay. It's like not bad. It's just like not my preference for moss, I would say. All right. So that is that. That is what that looks like. Should be good. Has some of the aerial roots kind of hanging out. Maybe I'll tuck those. I don't know if they'll want to grow out or not. Just kind of leaving them there. I don't know. I'm done. I'm trying to speed through these because this took me a lot longer than I was expecting it to. All right, the PG04 is next. That one's pretty small. I do have another one of that because the first one that I have was sold to me as an EPC 319, and this one was sold to me as a PG04, and I didn't do my research, and I thought they were different, and they're the same Hoya, so that's okay. I should pot them together, but I don't want to disturb the other one. It's so pretty and sun-stressed, so I don't want to bother it. So that is that. I'm going to add a little bit of moss around it to kind of hold it down. It's kind of floppy because it really doesn't have roots because it didn't root up very much in the prop box or the terrarium. Yeah, how do y'all do prop boxes? Like, I've never done a prop box, and this makes me really not want to do one. Like, how and why? You know, why would you subject yourself to that, to try to untangle all those roots? There you go. PG04 EPC 319. Who is next? Should we do the EPC 1001? This one's so pretty. I'm excited for this one. I don't know if this one will fit in a little cup. Let's see. Oh yeah, this will fit great in a little cup. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of moss at the bottom, just a little bit, so that the roots aren't just like all the way at the bottom. So just like that much. And, oh, I thought I snapped the leaf. Oh my gosh, my heart stopped. It even made a snapping noise. I don't know why I did that. That really sent me into a panic. I would have cried. I would have cried. Okay, so we got that like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of moss. We have that like that. Super descriptive. Good job, Laura. Sorry if it feels like I'm rushing. It's because I am, because this took way longer than I was expecting. And I was hoping to have this done half an hour ago, and I keep looking up at the clock because I told my mom I would meet her for lunch, and I have to leave in 4 minutes if I want to make it on time, which I'm not going to. I'm not going to be on time. So sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. I was late to lunch because I was potting up my Hoya. Sorry. At least we're meeting up at her house, so it's not like I'm like standing her up at a restaurant or something. We're meeting up at her house and we're going from there together, so that makes me feel less bad. Okay, there we go. EPC 1001. Okay. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. There's only one of these that I have no idea what it's called. I do not remember for the life of me. All right, does the LaMonica fit in here? Ooh, please fit in here. I don't want to use a big cup. Please. Yeah, it'll fit. It'll be a little squished, but it'll fit. And my Sphagnum propagations are like my Hoya and Sphagnum, because I keep most of my little Hoya in Sphagnum, like unless it's like a large Hoya, I keep it in Sphagnum. Also, did you see my All My Hoya collection tour? I did post that recently. I will link that if you haven't seen it. It was a fun one to film. And these were all very lightly highlighted in there because I was before I did this, obviously. So I talked about them very briefly is what I'm saying. But anyway, I went off on a tangent because I can't start and finish a thought apparently. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yes, so I put my Hoya propagations and my just Hoya in general that I keep in Sphagnum. I keep them in Sphagnum and I water them with liquid dirt. You can use any like fertilizer, like hydroponic fertilizer, but you do, if you're keeping plants in Sphagnum, have to add some sort of nutrient to them. Otherwise they will get very sad because they don't get nutrients from sphagnum moss the way that they do from soil. So do make sure that if you're keeping plants in Sphagnum or if you're propagating them in Sphagnum, I guess it's not as important if you're just propagating them in Sphagnum, because like once they're rooted up, if you just take them out and put them in soil, then it's okay. But especially if you are growing them in Sphagnum, just remember to add nutrients to them. Again, I use liquid dirt, no affiliation there whatsoever. I just honestly heard Harley talking about it, and she is like the end all be all to everything I do with my plants because her plants are so beautiful and she has so much experience. And then I started using it and I really loved it. So Hoya LaMonica, she's all potted up in there. She looks lovely. I've been avoiding this one plant because I don't know what it's called, but I think I'm just gonna pot it up. The Unknown. the unnamed. I'll put the name down below. I know it has a name, but I'll put the name down below. Also, I realized I stopped labeling the containers. I'll label them all at the end, except the unknown. I guess I'll label that at the end as well when I figure out what it's called. Okay. I don't know how to put this one in here. The roots are all funny. Okay. Yeah, another thing about growing them in the terrarium is like the roots kind of grew all over the place. Let's see if you can see that. They're just like growing like up, like there's a root up here. Like how do I get it to go back into the sphagnum moss, you know? Like since it was so humid where it was, it just threw roots everywhere. But now it can't do that. I don't want it to do that. I want the roots to go down. Will the roots just go down on their own? I hope so. I hope so. I feel bad. I feel like this whole video is me being like, ugh, terrariums suck. Maybe they don't, but I didn't have the best experience. I'm gonna try again to just use this terrarium as like almost like a humidity dome, because this was a mess to try to untangle all my plants. And yes, this sphagnum moss that I'm using was hydrated with liquid dirt, so like liquid dirt water. So it should have some nutrients in there so that the roots can just kind of grow. Unknown mystery Hoya is done. We have 2 left. Woohoo! Feels good. I'm so gonna be late to lunch. I feel so bad. Okay. Next is Waliniana. This one will fit just great in there. This one used to be really sun-stressed red. I don't know if you remember from the original video when I did this, but it was not getting the right amount of light, or like a high enough amount of light, I guess, to maintain that sun stressing. And so it did fade. And I'm hoping once I get it potted up and in my cabinet, I can get it really close to the grow lights and it will sun stress for me again, because I do love sun stressed Hoya. And this one got so red. It was almost like, it was like pink, like a pinky red. It was so pretty. So I am hoping that it will do that again, but we shall see. Okay. Okay, Waliniana. And you see that little new growth? It's so cute, just a little baby. It's the only one that has new growth out of all of these. I guess other than the little nubs on the Lamonica, it's the only one that really gave me new growth. So up next is the Hushkaliana. Hushkaliana. How do y'all say that so easily? Like, Hushkaliana. Couldn't be me. Okay. He's got some decent roots. And honestly, I chopped this from a plant that was dying, and it did finish just dying after I chopped it. So it was good. It was good that I chopped this, and most of the cuttings did not live of this Hushkaliana that I took from my plant. I'll just tell you the whole story because I feel like I'm trying to tell you bits and pieces of it and it's not making any sense. So the plant rotted, and so I noticed it rotted because I watered it and it wasn't getting any less wrinkled. And so I realized when that happened that it was because it had rotted. And so since it was super wrinkled, I took some cuttings, but cuttings don't survive very well when they come from a plant that's like really thirsty or unhealthy. And so a lot of them died. I think I took like 8 cuttings and only 2 of them survived. But again, I'm glad that they did because the whole plant died. So if it weren't for these cuttings, I would not have a Hoya Hushkaliana anymore. I really want the variegated version. It's so pretty, but it's just like hard to get my hands on. And every time I've seen it, it's been just like more expensive than I would like to spend at the moment on a plant, because I am saving monies. So maybe one day, but probably not anytime soon. Let's tuck this little bibby in here. All right, Hushkaliana. Woohoo, we got them all. Everything is potted up. It feels so good. Okay, I will be putting these in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. Once I do that, I have changed a lot of things in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, so I could do an update if you're interested, but that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. If you enjoyed this video or if you like my content, feel free to subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.